today I have the chance to interview our team member Irina and get to know a little bit more about her, what she does, and about what Women's History Month means to her. Hi, Irina. How are you?
Hello, Lauren. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What is your job?
My job at Spreadshop is SEO Manager slash Project Manager.
And what led you to this role? How did you get this job?
It's a very simple story, really. I moved to Germany. I did not have a very clear idea what I'm going to do here. And basically, I was just looking for a job. And a friend of mine told me that the company that she was working for at that time was searching for a junior SEO manager. And I was like, interesting. I haven't worked in online marketing field before. It was completely new to me. And I also did not know much about SEO or any other marketing channels. But that friend of mine said that, it's a junior position. You learn stuff by doing. And that's basically how it all started for me.
Wow, so you learned on the fly.
Basically, yes. Yeah. That's how I entered the online marketing world.
How long have you been at Spreadshop?
4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my fourth, well, not 4 years completely, but it's my fourth year now.
What's your favorite thing about working here?
I think my favorite thing about working at Spreadshop is that it's a very, very modern and dynamic environment to work in, and things are constantly changing. And I think it kind of motivates you to look for new possibilities yourself, stay updated, and come up with new ideas.
I agree. It's definitely something new every day. What motivates you the most at work?
I feel the most motivated when I achieve the goals that were set for me. Just thinking that the project that I'm working on help more people do Spreadshop is something that is keeping me really motivated the most. Yeah.
That's awesome. What personality trait do you most attribute your success to and why?
It's better to be judged by your team members, than to say great things about yourself on your own.
Well, next time we will definitely get the whole team involved and sing your praises. If you could add one thing to your office at work, what would it be?
I think that would be an ice cream machine. I remember that when I was working from the office, I was dreaming about having an ice machine just standing on my table so I can have a regular access to various ice flavors.
I wouldn't mind an ice cream machine in the office too. What's your favorite flavor?
Think mango and blueberry.
Those sound very good. How do you spend your time outside of work?
During the quarantine, I rediscovered the hobby that I love, which is doing the music. I installed a few cheap and not so cheap digital audio workstations on my laptop, and now I'm kind of trying to get back on track with it. It's complicated because, these audio workstations have changed so much since I last touched them. So far, I'm making a very slow progress, I would say.
That's awesome. What kind of music do you make?
Electronic music.
That's really cool. Since this is Women's History Month, is there a woman who inspires you?
One of the most famous modern architects, Zaha. She was born in Baghdad, but she moved to London to pursue her degree in architecture, and I think she can basically be called a London-based architect. I think she's just a pure genius. In the modern history of architecture, nobody has built buildings that are more complex than Zaha Hadid's buildings, and nobody has been as innovative as Zaha Hadid. So for me, definitely, she is an absolutely incredible woman with a legacy that will stay for I don't know, for I guess as long as our planet will exist.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to look her up, look up some of her work. What makes you feel the most empowered?
Well, when it comes to my current work, I think I have a chance to take many decisions on my own. I can work fairly independent. You don't always have that conditions, not at every job. I've had them for sure. Being able to be responsible for the results is something that makes me feel empowered. Yeah.
That's awesome. In honor of Women's Month, what does feminism mean to you?
Allowing women to have access to the same economic resources and privileges that men were having for centuries. And there's a lot of work to do, because even in the most economically advanced and liberal countries, equality, gender equality in that aspect isn't achieved yet, sadly.
If you could give a piece of advice to your younger self, what would you say?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I wasn't looking forward to hear the advices from the older people. Many young people feel that way, they kind of have a feeling that they know where they're going, they have a vision for themselves and for their life. And when somebody is like bothering them with advices, they're usually like, oh, leave me alone. So probably I would stay away from giving advice.
I agree. I think a lot of young people think they know best. Thank you so much, Irina. I had a great time interviewing you today.
Sure, my pleasure.